Hi, my name is Leonard and this is my story. I grew up on the south side of San Antonio, and my parents were elderly, and they took me to church, and we just grew up in the church and had an idyllic life. It was wonderful until I became a teenager. Well, then I found out that I had to go on a mission, and my mom and dad were poor, and they didn't have money for a mission to finance my mission. Unfortunately, we were members of the Mormon Church. In the Mormon Church, you have to fulfill all these duties or else you're just not accepted. We were ostracized from the church because we weren't fulfilling all the conditions that they wanted us to fulfill, especially with the money. As a teenager in high school, I was a senior, and I lost all my friends. My parents lost their friends. And I was a zero because till then, everything that I ever believed in, everything that I ever stood for was gone. They would not accept us anymore. I wasn't accepted. It was then that I found out that the Mormon Church has no room for compassion or love, or you don't meet their conditions. I slumped into a deep depression, and I was wandering around, just didn't know what to do. Got into some stuff I shouldn't have gotten into, and just thought very lowly of myself. I didn't think much of myself. Till I started going to college, I decided to go to school, and I met some friends there. Fortunately, those friends were great. They were believers, and they invited me to a Bible study. Their dad was a chaplain in the Air Force, and he studied, and that's where I learned about Christ. I learned about his compassion, his grace, his unconditional love for all of us. He just was, he loved us first before we loved him. And that set me on a better path for my life. I was still very confused because in the Mormon Church, everything is a half-truth. They throw in a little bit of truth with a little bit of made-up stories that they have about what they think the Bible should say. They add to the Bible, and I just wasn't very aware of what was going on. But I did know that Jesus loved me, and I did love God, but I just didn't understand how all this happened on the outside, because all I knew was what was from the inside of that church. As I've been growing in his love and in his wisdom, I know that I am loved by him. I know that I am not perfect, but I'm learning each and every day. And then when I came to Living Faith Church, this is where I learned how to be a spirit-led Christian instead of a intellectual Christian, which was what I was. Once I accepted Christ and totally accepted him into my life, as far as him driving me and directing me in everything that I do in my life, things became more and more clear to me. Once my faith was truly established in him, everything became clear to me, and it's just an abundant life, joyful life that I have now. And I'm just so grateful for Living Faith Church, for their teaching, for the truth that is taught here, and for all that Jesus represents in our lives, and that what he has to offer us as long as we walk with him side by side each and every day. I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful for my life, my wife, my family, and everything that's ever happened to me. It seems like I was in training for just what we're doing now as far as serving, and I found my gift of service. I serve, and I love it, and it makes me feel really wonderful. And I thought there was something wrong with me because I was always wanting to serve and help people, but there isn't. That was my gift. I found that out too. So I'm just want to say that I'm grateful, and I'm very thankful for my church, my family, and for all that's here at Living Faith Church. Thank you.